Hey there. How's it
going?
I'm good. So I feel a little bit of pressure today.
I feel a little naked right now.
We have no headsets on.
I know.
This is crazy. So we have our first live in-person guest.
This is so exciting.
Second guest ever. And it just so happens she's like in the TV business. So she's like checking all of our vocal levels.
She knows more than I do.
She's like, no, which one? And we're like, oh, we have no clue. We don't know what's going on.
We're actually, after we're done today, she's going to teach us how to use our equipment. So it's very exciting.
So welcome, Jamie, to the podcast.
Thank you, guys. Listen, I promise I'm not judging. I'm not judging
that's
at
good.
all.
You can judge.
No,
It's fine.
no. Here's what I'm judging. I was pretty impressed actually. When I came out, I was like, "Oh, look at their setup. They got some good equipment. It's not like a microphone on the computer." Well, I wasn't talking about your office.
But I did have to preface in the message today. I'm like, okay, just to let you know, like we do like a little bit of video, but like don't come TV ready because we're not going to be. And you'll make us look really bad.
He said, "You're going to wear that?" I said, "Okay, stop." He's like, "Maybe you want to put on like something cuter." I said, "No, I would like to be comfortable. I'm good." He's like, "You're
We're
sure?"
No. You're going to go home and be like, listen, they looked bad. One of them smelled like a farm animal, and the other one just woke up from a nap.
I was taking a nap accidentally. It was an accident.
It was like a groundhog coming out of a hole.
I was laying on the couch and Kristin came in and I was like, like it startled me. But I mean, I guess I needed
it.
My body was telling me that I needed it.
You needed
It's
it.
fine.
What I think about you is that you'll do that. I don't do it. I just like.
I don't think I had
I'm
a
not a
choice.
napper. Like you mentioned, you like when your kids nap, you'll nap. Like I can't believe I've never learned it.
And yet you go to sleep at 8 o'clock at night.
Well, 10 o'clock at night. A little early. But I have to because, I mean, she can relate. She has to get up early.
Yeah. Like today I had to get up at 7 and that was like rough.
What time do you wake up?
What time do you wake up?
Well, it depends.
Okay, wait, time out. Tell a little bit about, talk about what you do.
Did we even say your name?
Yes.
You said Jamie, which is
So
fine.
this is Jamie Sullivan. You guys tell a little bit,
So
give your rundown.
Yeah, so
give
it
your
was
bio.
funny. When Kristin had approached me about coming on, I was like, listen, could we do it in person? Because, in person you just get a much better vibe.
Which is good.
For
Now you're
people.
probably wishing you did it.
Yeah, well, I've done podcasts where
Regrets.
it's like on Zoom and you've got that 1 second delay and then you're like, I can't really see the other person. And while it's great, you just like to kind of be in person.
It is nicer.
Plus,
we're glad we get to hang out with you.
Yes, right? My husband's like, when are you coming back? I was like, don't worry about me. See you later.
Never.
All right. So, yes, I'm Jamie Sullivan. I work at 19 News, and I do traffic every morning, and then I anchor a show at 8 a.m. So I start my day waking up. I'm a snooze button pusher.
Same.
So we'll say like 3 a.m., 2:50 is when my first one goes
hard.
off. Yeah, 2:50. And then I start pushing maybe 2 or 3 times. And then I get up. And I start my morning. Now, my drive into work is like 30 minutes. So that's also something that's like...
Take into account, for sure.
Yeah. So then we're on air from 5 a.m. until 9 a.m. Straight through. And it's constant.
This is normal.
I know. I love a little dog bark. What's out there? A squirrel, right?
Ozzy.
So yeah, it is a fully heavy early morning. Whereas most people then are going to be busy till the rest of... throughout the afternoon at least. I'm home with my kids by 10:45 every morning.
That's amazing.
That's so nice.
So I'm like full-time work, full-time mom.
Yeah.
Because I work so early.
Okay, so what time do you go to bed at night then?
Well, in theory, I should go to bed by like 7:30 or 8. But it's closer to like 9:30 most nights.
See, this is why I feel like we'd be really good friends. Because she's like, oh, gotta go. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah,
totally.
So you do that, and you don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the
No,
morning.
I don't wake up at 3.
But you're early though.
She is an early riser.
I'm usually like 4:45. I wake up because I have to go to the
For sure.
bathroom or something, and I'm like, I should get up and do
Just
something.
get up.
And then usually it's 5:30.
That's-
5:30.
Yeah, that's still pretty early. The best part is there's no one on the road when I'm driving.
Yeah,
that's nice.
It's like the quietest thing in the world, and I just listen to a podcast, and I just drive, and
And then you're there, and then
great.
you go. So do you get ready at home?
No.
Or you go in?
Here's why I don't get ready at home, because I want to enjoy that moment of peace.
Yeah.
And if I'm at home, I drop a makeup brush, and I'm like, it's gonna wake up the kid, or whatever. So no, I go in, and then I used to give myself an hour pre-kids. Now I'm like, I'll take that extra half an hour of sleep.
For sure.
And so I take it, and then I do everything once I get in there.
So
do you keep clothes there?
Yeah.
Spare outfits, but no.
So you get dressed at home and then
I'll like throw on my dress and then like throw on sweatpants or something too, because you're walking in early in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got parking and everything, but every morning we have a security guard, so I call my security guard like 2 minutes away, and I literally say, "Hi, I'm 2 minutes away," and she's like, "I'm standing here waiting for you," every morning.
Aww.
But I still like to call to make sure she is there. I pull in, she walks me in, and then I just like. Boom, hurry up. Yes, and I get everything ready. And
that's so cool.
I always say your makeup is so good. Because, so, like, take it back to, I don't even know how I first met you, but we've talked about it several people. I think I've just met you at the market.
Yeah.
I thought you were really nice and fun. I'm like, oh, I met this lady at the market who has adorable kids. And then I said, her name's Jamie. And then Bill's like, Jamie Sullivan? And I'm like, yeah, that's her. Do you know her? Of course he knew her. But, so I would see you as normal mom.
Without
like
makeup,
normal, like all of us. And then all of a sudden I realized you're like on the news. And I'm like, oh, she's on the news.
Right.
Well, she looks like that. And then you look adorable in real life, but your makeup is good. I'm not good at makeup.
So my mom, we were on a walk last week, and she says, Jing, I think you should start doing makeup. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't want to do makeup. And she was like, no, I think you should. I said, no, I have no passion for it at all. And that's the thing. You can like be confident in how you do your own makeup, but doing someone else's makeup is a totally. And no, don't get me wrong. I've done it, and I can do it. I did my sister's wedding makeup. I've done like for my sister's a photographer, so for like senior photos, I've done some girls' makeup for her, like as a package, we'll say. But there's an investment. If you're not the same skin tone as someone, because I've used my own makeup on these people.
You have to have like everything that would go with everybody else's stuff. I could not. Like, I'm not into makeup though.
Well,
it's not my thing.
Based then.
You are a little bit though. Like you, when we go to dinner, like you always look good. Like,
so this past weekend we went out
for
for dinner, and it was funny because my 13-year-old daughter, who has better and more expensive makeup than I do, just to let everyone know.
So does my daughter.
Totally, 100%. So she was like, Mom, you should wear a highlighter. And I'm like, oh, I don't even own a highlighter. I don't even really know what you're supposed to do with that. A highlighter to me is like highlights words.
Yeah,
it's yellow. Like, it's a yellow marker. Like, I don't know what a highlighter is. And so I did my makeup, and, she like told me which steps to do, and she did it. And I will say I was laughing at her afterwards. I went to the restroom while we were at the restaurant, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, I look kind of good. I was like laughing. I'm like, I did like it. So I'm like, there is something to learn. You can change your ways, because I've worn my makeup the exact same way for probably 20 years. Like, the same routine, the same types of things, maybe change the products, but like the same type of thing. So I do wear makeup, but I don't wear it daily for sure. But like, I do wear it, but I was like, oh, maybe I should wear some highlighter. So then yesterday she wanted to go to the store and get this highlighter that she's been wanting, and she was like, do you want to get yourself one? And I was like, no, I'll just use yours. Like,
that's great.
It's like my world has come full circle.
Well, it's interesting. You bring up a good point. A lot of people just do what they've always done.
Yeah.
And then when you see like a different way to do something, you're like, oh, wow, this makes me look, whether it's younger or thinner, like, oh, I could just add in these. And truly that's it. Like when I think about the makeup that I have at home, because I leave my makeup at work. I bring nothing home. Nothing comes with me ever, because I'm not going to put on all that heavy makeup.
Right.
But when I say heavy, it's still light enough. Like there was no cakey stuff that I put on. I have good products. It's an investment in what I have, but then I try and make it last, because I don't put a ton on.
And you don't need to, but just at the station, you have all those lights.
Yes.
Like,
for sure. You can, tell with those lights anything. They're the brightest lights. But yeah, even then when you go out, in real life, and people will think that they recognize you, and I'm like, no, it's because I'm the only person here with that much makeup on. So you're like, is she someone? Do I know her? Which happens a lot, and I may not really know.
It's so funny.
But it's because you're the only one in the room with all the makeup on.
So did you, like when you started, did you know that that's what you wanted to do? Like when you went to school, when you were younger, like is this what you always wanted to do? Were you in communication? Like what were you, what was your plan?
Well, I honestly want to be a teacher. I was like, I think I'm great with kids. I love this. My sisters are teachers. Like, they're older than me, just following their footsteps. But I did the morning announcements at school.
So did I.
And yes!
I'm not on the news now.
Right in the yearbook when you open it up and it's like, okay, 5 years, 10 years from now, where are you going to be? So I did the morning announcements, and then I was on the radio for like 10 years. And I loved it. I flew in an airplane, which my fun fact is I can also fly.
Ooh.
Small planes, not these big ones, just like a small fixed wing, like a 4-seater. So I learned how to fly because
your pilot's license?
I didn't get it. So that was my last step, was to actually get the license, but I didn't. So what ended up happening was I told my company I had like 5 different pilots that rotated that I would fly with.
You were doing traffic? Like
Yes,
the
from
radio?
the air,
Okay.
yes. And I didn't feel comfortable with these pilots, all of them. And so I said to my company, I don't feel comfortable. Would you guys be willing to pay for me to get licensed so I can take control of my unit? And they said yes. So they paid, but then they said the last thing that we're not going to pay for you to get your license. The last step. And I said, okay. And at the time I was 22 or 23. So I was like, well, I'm not paying for that right now. So I'll do it when I want to do it. And I've just never done it. Because I don't really have an interest in flying solo and being by myself. I don't.
Right.
It doesn't interest me enough. I just really wanted to learn how to take control, land the plane, lose
You have the
power.
ability.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So now my son will look up when we see airplanes and say, Mom, can you fly that one? I'm like, I can, buddy. So it's a fun transition into, motherhood. The
Very
questions.
cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, first of all, you also have a different page, the Mommy
Yes.
Maker, which is very fun to watch. Jamie has the most adorable boys. And your husband is so sweet. He brought them out in the cutest outfits, like in the strawberry field the other day. They were so cute. And then he was doing drone stuff, which was very fun to see. And they were just so cute, first of all. And the 1-year-old is a seasoned strawberry picker.
My little Navy, yes.
He was literally going for the brightest red ones and then throwing them in
And
his
he'd
basket.
look at them and then pop them in.
She shared on the Mommy
So
Acre page the cutest reel of him picking strawberries. Of course, I had to share it. It was adorable. I mean, it really was cute, but
Thank you.
so they're adorable. But what made you start that page?
Well, it's so funny, you feel like you're in this silo almost. Like, oh, you're the girl on TV. Oh, yeah, you're on TV. And you're like, but I'm so much more than just that person. I love what I do. It's my passion. There's nothing in the world that would bring me more joy in terms of career. I love what I do. But, like I said, I'm done in the morning. I'm home by 10:45. That is such a small part of my day. And I'm a mom the rest of the day. But I'm also, again, a mom who is in the public eye. So we can be out. And I sent Kristin an email. This sweet woman had sent me and said, I think I saw your husband and kids. They were picking strawberries.
Oh, how funny.
I watch you every morning. And I'm like, yeah, because they recognize my boys,
Yeah.
which have the brightest blue eyes and bleached
They are
blonde hair.
super adorable.
So it's very easy to spot the kids. But yeah, it's one of those things that I thought I kind of want an outlet too. Because I am creative and I love to do things for my boys. And so I thought I need kind of an outlet to show, yes, I'm like this anchor on TV, but I'm also a mom. And, I have a hard time rocking my kid to sleep, nursing the baby, this and that. So I just wanted an outlet to be relatable and show people that, I'm not this figure that's perfect makeup and hair every day and dresses. That is not me. Yes, I present that.
Right.
But then I'm
And
done.
I knew you just the opposite way.
Yeah.
I knew you were a news anchor.
Yes, and that's kind of the biggest thing you want to get across to people. I want someone to meet me and think oh, she's fun. Oh, she happens to be on TV. I'll watch her.
Makes you more relatable.
Yeah,
Totally.
and I'm sure, we all have opinions. Listen, I do too about people on TV that you're like, oh, I just don't, just something about that person I don't like or you don't vibe with, right?
It is for sure. I think, I grew up in the Central Ohio Columbus news, and you get attached to your own people. And then I had we moved here, and I'm like, oh, I have to get a new person.
Yes.
I have to actually like this. But there are several that I'm not big fans of.
Well, and
I can
then
be very critical. of
people
some
will ask,
Yeah,
what are
never
these
send a
people
message.
like?
In
Yes.
person, right. Well, and we see a lot of people come into the market,
Yeah.
a lot of, we get a lot of them in the market. So it is interesting to see people in
The funny
person.
thing that I think is interesting about the way you dress, where you go, people, I'm sure you've experienced this too. When I've gone places and you look nicer, people do treat you differently.
Of course.
Like when I look like I literally rolled out of like the bar and probably covered in all the things. Like sometimes I forget where I was and like someone was kind of rude and I'm like,
well, just recently when we had some photographers there, they didn't realize.
We will not say the name of the
No,
company.
of course not. No. But we had. We have oftentimes we have multiple people do pictures there. Like,
for businesses.
For businesses will come
At
out.
the market.
Yeah, they'll come on the property. Lots of businesses will come on the property, and we had one of the businesses were there on the property coming out to do a photo shoot, and they were like asking questions, and she was out there, and like I think she was coming over to ask some questions, and at first when they didn't know who she was, they were like.
Excuse me,
not rude. I'm not going to use the word rude, but like it was a little bit rude. And then when she was like, "Well, my name is Kristin Patterson," it was like, "Oh."
I was trying to offer them a golf cart.
Right. Literally, she was just trying to be nice. Like it was nothing more than that.
Whoa.
And we get tons of like there's lots and lots of companies that come out and use that property for pictures. So it was just like.
I'm just gonna go back home and like get some new clothes on.
Well, like you said, like sometimes in restaurants, people will be like, "Oh, you can go."
Bill and I did. We went to dinner at podcast is taking a turn. We went to dinner during Blossom in Sugar Falls.
Yeah.
You know, like some of them have the nice open air spaces where you sit, and like we just dropped the kids off. Like we were working in the yard, like doing stuff, and we were not horrible. Like we were not. Like,
you weren't at your best.
I looked much better than I did today, but we were not dressed like for Sugar Falls, and they set us in the back of the restaurant, and we kind of joked about it. But then I'm like, no, I think this was like really
On
intentional.
purpose.
They're like, who are those people?
Yeah.
But you know, when you have situations like that, I feel I don't treat people different, and so to know that people really do
But it
genuinely
does happen.
look at your
No
appearance.
question.
Oh yeah, I mean, trust me. When I am in a dress, it is like and my makeup people.
Yes.
They do.
Because they, like you said, they're like, I don't know who she is, but she's
someone.
Right.
Yes.
She looks like
Right.
she's.
Yes.
Right. It really is interesting. Like people's perception of you.
So give us like some of the rundown. We've like chitter chatted so much. But
I
give
know.
us some like fun things about like the TV biz that we want to know.
Okay, well, I'll ask you guys this question. So you're on social media a lot, right? So if someone came up to you and said, "You're so much prettier in person," how would you take that?
Oh,
Think about it.
I think
Okay.
that's a compliment.
It is. I think that they would probably mean it. I don't think it would have malicious intent, but I think I would take offense to it.
Yeah.
You think the same?
I think maybe you just question, like, I wonder why they think that. Like,
Okay.
when did they see me? What was I wearing? Like, oh.
Okay, so I get it. That's the most that all of us get. That is my girlfriends in TV. That's what we hear the most. I don't take offense to it at all because I know what the intent is.
Right, like there's not malicious intent there.
No,
It's
but
complimentary.
it can be jarring that they're like, "Oh, sweetie, you are so much prettier in person,"
Right.
and you're like, "Thanks."
Because they really look real junky on TV.
Because you just look so natural. Like, when you're, like, you have
Yeah,
skin,
there's-
like, it's just like the
Right, and that's what
normal.
I'm sure there's not malicious intent.
No.
It's probably intended to be complimentary for
Yeah,
sure.
remember never to tell someone that.
But
Yeah, no,
that is really funny. Well, that's like when you were pregnant, like, and people would be like, "Oh, you're really big," or like, "You're really small," or whatever. Like, thank you.
I would hear
Thank
that. Are
you.
you sure there's not two?
Right.
I'm like, well, 12-pound baby. There actually could be 2 6-pounders. So, but yeah, people have no filter.
No.
And we know these people online too. I mean, they go to
Tell
town.
us about keyboard warriors. I was just having this conversation with someone about keyboard warriors. But tell us about, like, do you get some not so nice things said?
It's I know I'll post stuff, let's say, and people then will comment back. Then you have other people who will comment and be like, "This is what you signed up for." Okay. I did not sign up for someone to be rude and attack me.
Right.
I did not sign up for that. Did I sign up for other opinions? Absolutely.
We signed up to be in the public eye.
I'm good with opinions.
Right.
But there's a way to give your opinion without being nasty
Sure.
about it.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, I'll post, there's a video, I think I have over like 3.5 million of my son. So I had gotten COVID probably a year and a half ago. And he didn't understand why I was isolated. Mm-hmm. And so he came down and knocked on the door. I was in the guest bedroom. And this was only like maybe an hour after. And he's like, Mom, like, so I said, all right, buddy, why don't you just go sit on the steps? I'll open the door. Like, here's, a plan. And I just posted the video thinking, this is what I feel is my real life of having COVID. My son doesn't understand. Like, I'm protecting him, I'm protecting myself. And it was insane. People went crazy. How dare you post a video of your son crying like you are the worst, you're horrible. I was like, Jesus.
Just so everyone knows, when I had COVID, my son was feral and raised himself. So
I think he ran around Chester.
I think he did. I don't know what happened to him during that time period. People dropped off food, and I don't know if he ate it or not. But so if people thought you were back here, they kind of rocked their world. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's people, they're going to say stuff, and it's fine. You expect people to say stuff, but like I said, this just went viral. I mean, it was. And there's still stuff that I posted this day. I posted the cutest video of my baby, who's 1.5. And you guys know, you've probably been there, the baby projectile vomit.
Yes.
You are trying to capture it right in your shirt so it doesn't go everywhere. So it's caked on us. He was sick, took him in the shower, which, again, was the sweetest thing. He just, wants to lay and cuddle. So I give him to my husband. He goes in to change him. I finish in the shower. And while this was all happening, I didn't know my husband took a little video. Once he changed the baby, he didn't want to be held, so he wanted it down. So my husband put him down. He walked over to the bathroom door and just laid in front of the door waiting. So my husband took the video. It was like 20 seconds. He just thought, how cute. I want her to see what he's doing. The video was just intended for me, but I thought it was so cute I wanted to post. And same thing, I have been taken to task. How dare you not hold the baby? Oh. This is disgusting. You should be locked up. And it's so. Where you
imagine, honestly,
Anna would be like, I don't even know where she'd be, like in Lucasville in like the highest security.
I would literally be. And I love my kids to death, but holy cow, no way.
So let's turn it around on a positive to end, because you ruined our whole going to 20 minutes for 22 minutes, which is
when we have special guests, we have to go all over.
Thank you.
How do you handle it all? The negativity, the mom life, the angry life.
No, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink
coffee. Okay, wait a second. Hold on.
No coffee, tea.
Nope.
Water.
That's all I drink. I mean, when I say I don't drink alcohol, once every 2 weeks, my husband will make a cocktail and we'll have that. I'm not against drinking, but I do not drink coffee. I've never had coffee.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no
I look for, I can't wait to want that. Yes, my hot cup of coffee, I cannot wait.
What I can't
This
wait.
is the biggest discovery of the whole morning. Our news anchor,
jaw-dropping.
Yeah. No, what I look forward to is my apple in the morning. And then
suck up the passion
an apple and peanut butter. You can ask anyone that I work with.
I do love a good apple.
I crave, and that's what I look forward to when I'm sitting at work. But okay, going back to your question. So say it one more time, because you said it, and then I was like, oh.
How do you handle it?
How do you handle it all? The negativity, all of it, just the whole package.
And I interrupted, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Well, of course, I handle negativity with drinking.
I think this is twofold. So half of my job is social media, right? Because I have to be out there and talking to people. So handling negativity or positivity, I do it with how I was raised. And that is to be kind. So these people will come after me, and I'll still say to them, thank you for watching. I appreciate your feedback. And, you almost want to turn these people around. And I often will have people who have been nasty write back and say, I didn't mean that. I just said it to see if you would react to me. If you would say, which is sick. I know it's sick.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah, that's a very normal, common one. So I always feel don't get me wrong. Someone says something nasty, and instinctually you want to be like, oh, okay, listen up. Let me scroll and look at your picture.
Right.
Yeah, and you don't. And that's, again, that's why you got a mom and a sister to call and be like, listen to what this person said.
Right.
So handling that is gracefully. it is the hardest thing to do sometimes, but it's like, that's what you have to do. And these people who have been around news anchors for a long time, it's because people will say, I met them and they're really nice. And that's always what I want to lead with. I want to lead with being a nice person and people to take that away from having that name. In terms of handling motherhood, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm tired. And I could say, like, oh, I just want to pass. And even last night, my husband was like, I'm going to go outside with the kids and eat ice cream. You go shower, like, dry your hair, and we'll be back in a little bit. And I went up in the bathroom, and I was like, I don't want to shower. Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm going outside. And he was like, what are you doing? I was like, I want to eat ice cream too. Like, and so, yes, you do that, but as we know, the kids go off to school soon, and then I've got all day to do whatever I want. So I've got a couple more years, and then I've got all day to do whatever I want, and be by myself. So I push.
She really is your person.
I know. We are very similar. She's my people.
She's yours.
Your
people. I'm like, wait a second. Someone gave you an opportunity to be alone and you didn't take it?
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
Again,
I would have been like, I'm still in the shower, don't come up.
Meanwhile, she's taking a nap on the bed.
I literally sleep, right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I just think it's great, like how, first of all, that you are a great mama, and you have such a cute family, but you're so involved in the community, and you do so many things for the community, which I know a lot of it has to do like with your job and being, but a lot of it I think is because you enjoy it. I just think you're a very real, authentic person, and it's very fun.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, my husband's not from here, so that's really fun being from here, being like, okay, this weekend we're going to do this or that, and he discovers things, and then he takes an interest, and
you get to show him all these cool things.
I used to do that growing up, and then now he was like, I'm taking the boys 8 a.m. And I was like,
he was there pretty early, like one of the first 25 cars.
Yeah, so that's really fun. But thank you guys, Rosie, for having me on. This was
awesome.
I've done a few podcasts, my first in person.
Our first in person, but Channel 19 News, and follow along on the Mommy Anchor on Instagram. So thank you so much.
Thank you. You guys have a great week. You have a great week. Thank you guys for listening as always.
Until next time, we're Mismatched.
Bye, guys.